Welcome back to the Renewable Report with Mike Kirby. Today we have a special guest on the show, Fritz Eisenbrandt, president and founder of Baltimore-based Smart Home Services. So Fritz, let's dive right into it. It's easy to see why energy efficiency can save a lot of money for your home or a business. What are some of the specific services that you guys do?
Smart Home Services is a performance contracting company that performs energy audits and energy efficient improvements that help clients save money and energy and basically better their bottom line.
Excellent. You have any favorite types of projects? Windows, ventilation?
A lot of times people don't know where they need to start with energy efficiency. They think about windows, caulking, all these different aspects of the home that do contribute to energy loss. And what we've done is we specialize in energy auditing, which will come out to a home or a building and we'll do an analysis to find out exactly where the areas of improvement could be. And like you said, windows, insulation, caulking, they all contribute, but we kind of look for things that have the highest return on investment and then give the client a pathway towards saving energy.
Excellent. What are like some of the typical payback periods you might see on something like, lighting, insulation, windows? I imagine it varies across projects and depends on a couple variables.
Yeah.
But do you see certain things that are measurable?
Yeah, well, there's a misconception. A lot of people always think that windows, just because they're glass, are the biggest contributing factor for loss of energy or high bills. But in fact, it's the things you can't see that really have the most impact on the building's performance. We tend to find that insulating the attic, air sealing the basement, and really making a tighter envelope has the highest return on investment, which can be just a couple years depending on the age of the home.
That's not bad. What about, with the economy these days, everybody, appears to be, or at least says they're strapped for money. Say somebody is on a really tight budget and you could recommend one thing, what would you recommend them do? That's going to save them money and be cost effective.
Yeah, I'd look definitely, lean them or turn them towards the low-hanging fruit, like programmable thermostats, things that can keep your home conditioned while you're there. You look at lighting. Lighting has a very high payback. It's in low cost, not very cost prohibitive to implement. And then the programs out there with BGE, the Home Performance with Energy Star, is a good way to find capital for improving the building or home.
Very nice. Well, I kind of want to get, you guys specialize in audits. I kind of want to jump back into that.
Yeah.
This is my house. We're here right now. Say tomorrow I want to call you up and get an energy audit. What's the process like? How long does it take? Am I meeting with somebody from your company? Do I get some kind of report? Can you kind of go through that?
Sure. So you give us a call. You'd have a conversation with one of our energy analysts on the phone, so we could get some information about your home, the age, what your concerns are. Then we would, if you were willing to have a free energy assessment, somebody would come out and take a visual inspection of your home, which would take about 10 to 15 minutes, and kind of outline what is involved with an energy audit. If you're already educated and understand that there is value in spending $100 for the energy audit and want to take advantage of the rebates that are out there, we would come out to your home, do an interview, inspect the attic, the basement, the HVAC equipment, windows, doors, the exterior of the home, really the holistic approach, and provide you with a full report that prioritizes the different projects on return on investment.
That sounds really good, Fritz. I'm definitely something to consider. Maybe we'll do an energy audit special one of these days, and we'll go through and film the energy audit here. Now, one thing I want to kind of get to this, being a solar focused report. You see a lot of solar and other renewables. They have a lot of incentives out there. There's a 30% federal tax credit to install a solar array. Are there any state or federal incentives involved with some of the work that you do?
Yeah, there are. In Maryland, you can get 50% of the project paid for by the utility up to $3,100. So they pay basically dollar for dollar up to that amount, and but typically most jobs end up being in that $4,000 or $5,000 range, and they pay for half of it. Helps with the payback.
That's excellent. Another question, like, you've been in the industry for several years now. Have you seen any major changes from when you first started to now, in terms of maybe pricing or different technologies that have emerged?
Yeah, I think, technology is definitely coming along. I think we've got a long way to go, but the overall awareness in the industry, I think, is increasing. Some of the technologies have been around for 30 plus years, like solar. It's an incredible technology that people are just starting to really tap into. And it's the same thing with energy efficiency. They go kind of hand in hand. People with with utility bills rising, they're becoming aware of the fact that there are things they can do to help the environment and their wallets.
Awesome. Well, so one of my last questions: any new products or services that you kind of see or that you're just starting to roll out that you think can really make a difference for somebody's home or somebody's business?
Yeah, there's definitely some newer products. Foam, foam has come a long way with creating a tighter envelope, getting to places you typically couldn't with older installations. But overall, just getting better at retrofitting existing buildings has come a long way. A lot of the same technologies have been around for a long time, but people are starting to implement them now because it's starting to make sense where the economy is.
Well, Fritz, I really enjoyed it today.
Yeah.
I think I really love the idea of on-site generation and then saving the energy that you're using at that site through energy efficiency technology. So I think it's just a perfect mesh. So I really hope to keep learning more about you and your company, and we'll see what we can do down the road, and we'll get you out here one of these days to do an energy audit and see what we can do around here.
Cool.
Other than that, thank you all for joining us today on the Renewable Report. Again, I'm Mike Kirby. This is Fritz Eisenbrandt of Baltimore Smart Homes. Thank you for joining us. If you have a question for me or Fritz, email the renewablereport@gmail.com or hit me up on Twitter at mpkirby4. Thanks a lot for your time. Enjoy the week.